All right, so today we're going to talk a little bit about the Space Shuttle Challenger and that whole situation, what happened. So, looking at it, I had not a lot of prior information. My only information I knew was that it blew up. And, rocket science is or space shuttles in general, aerospace, all of that is very, very complicated. I mean, that's where the saying comes from. Like, when you're referring to something that's not as hard, you say it's not rocket science, but no one has ever said that about aerospace at all. So it's a very interesting situation. So the first point I'd like to hit is something that NASA could have done differently. When I think about this, what first comes to my head is the conditions they tried to launch in. They knew those conditions were a little bit risky. There were issues with O-rings in those conditions, especially in colder temperatures. So it was kind of like they were pushing forward this launch, like they had this deadline, which is great. Deadlines are amazing. However, pushing them and putting lives at risk is a little different. And like when you're doing something involving, combustion for one, like on a massive scale like that's where it starts to get a little bit risky. So I believe that maybe waiting for a window in which you knew you could better control the situation would have been a nice little thing there. Now, as for Roger, I think it's Boyce Jolly, is how you pronounce his name. When I look at him, he did his absolute best with the situation. He was given a deadline, and he can't exactly refuse, because if he refuses, they might go on without him, and then it could essentially end his career and actually cause harm if he doesn't try to engineer a solution. So when he tried to come up with a solution for that O-ring issue, he did the best that he could with that whole situation. And later, what I really appreciated upon reading the article is he came on to become kind of a voice for a safer and well-regulated workplace, which I thought was awesome. So it's amazing. As for us, for the future, like the students now, I myself am not an engineer, or I'm not going to become an engineer. I'd like to be an attorney. So this is just an as-if answer. But I consider myself a very ethical person, so I focus a lot on ethics. And I believe that if this kind of situation arises again, I would like to see kind of more of the focus on the ethics and what could the outcome be instead of trying to meet your deadlines. I understand deadlines are amazing and they need to be there, like they have to. However, we can't only focus on that. That can lead to as many issues like we see here, putting lives at risk. It can be tough, but being loyal to your management, your boss, is also extremely important. Pardon me. However, I think that overall ethics and protecting public welfare, it's a little higher for me. Anyways, that is my thoughts on the Challenger and what I learned about it. So thank you.